In this video, we're going to talk about how to find the slope and y-intercept of a line when it is written in what is sometimes called standard form, where we have x and y on the same side of the equation. So to identify the slope and y-intercept, what we need to do is get y by itself. And that will put the equation into y equals mx plus b form. Once it's in y equals mx plus b form, we can easily identify the slope and the y-intercept. So for this equation, I need to get y by itself, and so the first thing that I would need to do is move the 6x to the other side of the equation, and I do that by subtracting 6x from both sides. It's important to note that the 75 and the minus 6x are not going to be combined together. They are not like terms because one has an x with it and the other one does not. So I'm going to write this as negative 6x plus 75. Or you could write 75 minus 6x. You would just need to pay careful attention to which number is m and which number is b. So once I have the y on one side of the equation by itself, the last thing that I need to do is get rid of the number in front of the y. And I would do that by dividing. So, once I've divided both sides by 9, the 9 here next to the y is gone, and I have y by itself. Now on this side of the equation, what I need to do is divide both of these numbers by 9, and I can simplify any fractions that can be simplified. So I know that 6 over 9 can be simplified to 2/3. So I'm going to write this as negative 2x over 3. Or I could write the fraction by itself and put the x in front of the entire fraction like that. Either way is fine. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You can write the x on top of the fraction or in front of the fraction. And then I would simplify 75 over 9. Now, if you don't remember how to do this, you can look for a factor that they have in common. I see that a factor that they have in common is 3. So if I divide 75 by 3, I get 25, and if I divide 9 by 3, I get 3. So I can write it that way to leave it as a fraction. Or if you want to write it as a decimal equivalent, you could, although thirds are a little bit ugly. Same thing over here. If I simplify this, I would simplify 75 over 9 and get 25 over 3. And 6 over 9, I would get 2 over 3. It's important to know that both of these numbers need to be divided by the 9. So both of these numbers are divided by the 9. And then simplify any fractions that result. So my slope is the number in front of x, which is negative 2/3. And my y-intercept is 25 over 3.